everyone. My name is Irving Chin, and I'm one of the founders of Tassel Software. So our team of product development people have over 50 years combined experience working at companies like PeopleSoft, Oracle, SuccessFactors, and we're trying to apply the lessons that we learned working at those companies to problems in higher ed. So we've spent a lot of years helping high potential employees find their optimal career path, and we felt, hey, we could use those skills and those experiences to help students find their optimal academic pathway. So when we started looking at problems to solve, we noticed a common theme for a lot of students at institutions. There was this maze of confusion of all the options that and decisions that they needed to make while at an institution. And coming from high school where the pathways are very structured and they know what they need to do, now they're at the point, even the most academically prepared, this can be very intimidating because there's a lot of choices and decisions that they have to make about how they want to pursue any kind of credential that they're pursuing in a particular institution. So the obvious thing for them would be to find the support network that's available at the institution to kind of help guide them on these processes. So where they find that problem is when they try to look at to meet with their academic advisors. They hit that first wall of friction where academic advisors are in their own maze of confusion with tools that they're using to try to manage all of these different appointments and in-person meetings with their students. So it seems that in-person meeting is the optimal medium that advisors use to kind of help guide the students in their decision points on their student life cycle. But in addition to that maze of tools that they're using, all the systems that they're using at the institution around the LMSs or the student systems, these legacy systems are very cumbersome. And what I found in a lot of research, and we're working with over 30 advisors, is they're augmenting what these systems are lacking with paper worksheets and paper processes, adding more friction and inability for students to kind of have that impersonal in-office meeting. So it just doesn't work. They can't find the time to kind of establish a good relationship with the student because everybody's kind of waiting in line and waiting in queue. So those are the problems that we kind of identified that we believe that we can solve with collaborative and productivity solutions, techniques that we learned while going through our experiences at SuccessFactors. So what the student really wants is really a smooth path to graduation. And in order to provide this, if they could just have a little bit of access to advisors at every decision point during their life cycle, this can provide them the confidence to kind of pursue the decisions that they kind of make about their academic plan. So our team had a lot of experience working at SuccessFactors, and it was the first generation of cloud solutions. What we learned in that phase in making successful solutions for companies is we provided solutions that were quick to configure. Time to value was in 6 to 12 weeks, and that was consistent with some of our team members with experience at Salesforce, is that with big enterprise solutions, as long as you can implement them quickly and realize time to value, the solution is very valuable. What we also learned during that experience is the power of collaboration in the context of those business processes. It made the experience more enriching and more valuable for all parties, customers or employees. What we're looking at in the second generation of enterprise software is the consumerization of software. And that doesn't mean like a shopping cart and an Amazon experience and an ephemeral video that you could kind of destroy. What it means is that any person or any department can individually buy a software solution on the web and start realizing value from day one. And so those are the principles that we're applying in the solutions that we're building here at Tassel Software. So the second solution that we're releasing in a beta launch this summer is based on feedback that we've gotten from our first beta product that we launched in January. And that's a Trello board-like experience for college advisors and students to interact and collaborate in an online way. So we tested this concept by just using basic Trello boards with students at universities, and they loved this concept because it was very close to what they were doing today in terms of managing their career on spreadsheets. And so the aha moment for them was like, well, what if you had this digital version of your spreadsheet, but you could ask your advisor questions about the courses or your plan right on the application. And they love that concept. And as we've been building this out with some of the advisors that we'll be using as design partners, they're seeing kind of the value, the potential of collaboration on that tool. So our first product that we released in a beta release early this year was an academic advisor console. So we wanted to work within the advisor's natural workspace, which is a lot of email and calendaring appointments. So we basically provided tools that integrate very easily with their email that they could adopt in day one and helps them manage all of their collaboration, their email correspondence with their students. What this does is it makes the notes and the messages available for all their peer advisors and all faculty advisors so that they could provide a consistent voice to the student from the faculty and the academic advisors. Some of the top complaints students make about the confusion in colleges, they're getting different advice from faculty or advisors. We're trying to make that a lot simpler so that all of the last correspondence that students had with anybody in the faculty or advisor can be easily seen through our application. So we're tracking that very easily. Also providing tools based on their feedback on follow-up items. Best practice for academic advisors is always assigning a follow-up item with every meeting, whether it's a video meeting or eventually where we want to go on an online meeting that a student has with the advisor. Productivity tools to kind of track that. So the estimated market size for student success and retention software is estimated to be about $825 million. And there's a lot of different fragmented tools that academic advising departments are buying within this market. We believe that if we do our job right, some of these tools will no longer be necessary for academic advisors to kind of do their job. But this market size is kind of estimated to be $825 million by Titan Partners. So our team, myself, Ben, and Conrad. Ben and I worked together for a number of years at SuccessFactors, scaling solutions from 100 customers to 4,000 different customers, all going live in 6 weeks or less. And we're trying to bring those kinds of solutions to higher ed, which have typical implementation timelines of like a year or a year and a half. We want to develop more practical solutions for this space. And so we have our advisors, Curtis Barnes and Jim McLaughlin, who I work with at PeopleSoft, who provide that, the years of higher ed experience that we don't necessarily have and kind of guide us on the higher ed area. And so that's our team, and we're building more applications. We're hoping to meet more innovative universities and institutions that want to try to adopt and test software in days, not years. Thank you.